Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be running through the paint work that's just gone into the car. So you can see a bit of a sneak peek right here. The engine bay is now painted, but we will be showing you the stone guarding underneath the car and the prep work that went into that, all the masking, all the preparation for all of it, lots of filler work in the engine bay, sanding. There's just a lot that goes into it. So no welding and fabrication in this video, but it's another massive step for this car. So I wanted to document everything that I do with this, and this is a big part of it. So very happy with the result, and I'm looking forward to showing you the process. So obviously the whole front end is out of the car. You can see engine, the 8 HP 8-speed transmission, which is what we are running, and now the car is stripped, ready for engine bay paint work to begin. So I can start priming and sanding and sorting out all of the engine bay. So one of the next parts of this car build will be painting the underside of the car. So you can see all the silver gray area is where I've already wire wheeled all of the factory stone guard. It's like a tar rubber sort of substance that gets sprayed on. I've already wire wheeled all of that off and then primed over the top of it. But I'm currently now removing the last little bits now that the engine and front end is out. So now, after much wire wheeling and cleaning, you can see that everything is back smooth. This sort of beigey green colored paint is like the factory rust proofing, I guess you'd say, undercoating. So that's fine to stay on in places. It's actually quite hard to get off. You can see the spots where it is missing is where I've had to wire wheel through the rubber coating very hard, so it's all come up quite nice. This little section at the front is now done as well under the chassis rail, so this will all get primed, and this is the last bit done before I can Raptor coat the underside of the entire car. So very excited to get that done next. So now you can see we have prepped everything, all sanded back, all smoothed out, and I've also masked up all the edges where the stone guarding is going to be going to. So obviously still need to do the sills, but the whole front of the car is masked up. All these inner wheel tubs will be stone guarded. The engine bay will obviously be left alone so that can be painted body color pretty soon, but very excited to get some Raptor coat black underneath this tomorrow. Got the wiring loom hanging and masked up as well. Lots of sanding today, lots of prep work underneath the car. It probably doesn't look much different in this clip, but I've gone over the entire car with Scotch Brite on the underside today, and then prep sole. So there's a lot of work. Now the front guards are all masked up and prepped on the inside, even masked all around these edges here, because the Raptor coat is actually a real annoyance to try and sand it back off if you get overspray on things. So Even though these guards will obviously be getting painted on the outside in the future when they turn body color, it's still nice to keep them clean and keep all of these edges clean. So that's done. The car is completely masked. Here you can see I've made a bit of a makeshift spray booth with plastic sheeting, drop sheet, even got a fan at the end here, trying to keep it ventilated. I'll obviously be wearing my respirator though. I've got a disposable full body suit that I'll also be using, but yeah, very happy with this. Should keep the workshop pretty free of overspray. Obviously I'll spray the guards outside here, and let's get to work.
So I ended up buying a full Raptorliner kit that comes with the spray gun and everything you need. It was actually really easy to use, very intuitive instructions and whatnot. So very happy with how that all worked. As for someone that's not a painter, it was very easy to use the spray gun as well. The application is very basic. So this is definitely something that people can DIY at home. I'm very impressed with how it all turned out, and the surface finish looks very professional, so I'm over the moon with it.
Another little tip that might not be a surprise to you, just find some old bolts, put them in the holes that you need to keep the threads clean, because removing paint from threads is not fun, and it only takes 2 seconds to wind some bolts in. Similar with external threads, just put some masking tape around them. Obvious, but sometimes overlooked. I see a lot of cars these days getting painted and they come out and you got to clean the paint off all the threads in the engine bay, and it's very painful. So little steps like this, with everybody has a bucket of bolts in their garage that they can just scrounge through and find old crappy bolts that they don't care about and wind them in, and then you don't have to worry about cleaning threads out. Here you can see I'm using some 2K Premium HS filler high fill primer, my trusty paint mixer, because this tin is a little bit old and it needed some stirring, but that's what's going on the engine bay now with the roller, foam roller, so it doesn't leave any lint behind in the paint. These rollers are very cheap, disposable, easy, means that you don't have to mask up as much stuff when you like say if you're using a spray gun, you kind of have to mask the whole front of the car and every single hole. So this is a bit of a quicker option. The high build primer has gone on quite nicely. The roller is working very well. It leaves a little bit of like a rough textured finish, but like really it doesn't matter. It's all going to get sanded anyway. Very happy with this. This is just the initial coat though. There will be some body filler used, just little bits and pieces to fill in like these little dimples where the factory spot welds are. So I'll just smooth out little bits and pieces like that. One final last bit of shaving in the engine bay before another coat of the entire engine bay will be done in high build primer, and then that coat will be sanded smooth before color can be painted. Now you can see the engine bay is fully prepped and sanded and filler and smooth. It looks pretty chaotic at the moment. I can just imagine how it looks through the lens there. Lots of weird shapes and colors and things shining through, lots of bare metal and whatnot. But now we're ready to mask everything up and do one final coat with the spray gun of high build primer. Big thick coat, lay it on very thick, build it up over these areas. And then once that's done, we can do one final sand of everything. And then it's time for color. So that'll be sanded 800 wet, which will be nice and flat, nice enough to get a good finish on the color when it's done. So very excited to get to this point now. There's been so many hours just to get to this point. You can see, got all the masking done now. So much work just masking everything. And this is only for primer. This will all have to be done again when we do the color on the front end, but it's all for good reason. Everything's got its edges, everything's plasticed up, even the radiator support. I don't want to put color on the headlight panels, sorry, not color, I mean high fill primer. I don't want to put primer on the headlight panels because it's just another pain in the ass thing to have to sand and smooth back out. Those surfaces are fine to have color put over them with a bit of a Scotch-Brite. So a little bit of extra work masking now means less work later, but yeah, very happy, very excited to start spraying. Very happy with how this has all turned out. Nice thick layer of high fill primer over the top of everything, so you can finally see how all the shapes are going to look and everything's covered now. For one of the final steps when it comes to the prep of the engine bay before paint is the wet sanding. So the high fill has been blocked back with a foam abrasive pad to just sort of knock back all of the roughness on the top of it. And now I'm going over everything with 800 grit wet sandpaper. So I got a bit ahead of myself again. I didn't film the masking up process of this, but I'm sure you can imagine what putting masking tape on edges looks like. The most exciting thing I did was cut pieces of paper to fit in some of the holes, but it's all masked up now. We'll be painting this whole top edge all the way around to the factory seam here. Obviously, the whole front of the car, headlight panels, lower radiator support, everything, even up across under the windscreen here, everything's been prepped and scuffed and ready to go. So I just got to pull the plastic masking back, take that to the car, and we're ready to put some color down. I'm very excited. So here we have it. Engine bay is painted. Black base coat with the DNA Paints Realm of Purple color over the top. which is, as you can see, a big color shift, blue to purple, and almost has a bit of like a red in it as well, which is pretty wild. So happy. There's a little bit of dirt and debris in the paint, sadly, from obviously painting in a workshop isn't ideal, but we'll try and cut and buff some of the flat areas and get it looking nice. But man, I'm stoked. We're ready to put the car back together now. Basically, it'll cure over the next couple of days, and then we can start putting the engine back in and suspension and wiring, and let's fire this thing up. I want to hear it run. I can't even begin to tell you how exciting it is to have this paint all finished. Not just the paint, but the metal work and the filler work and the priming and the sanding and even the underbody, all of it. It's been a mammoth task and so much more work than I anticipated, but I'm over the moon with it. As you can see, it's come out beautifully. The color is everything I wanted it to be and more. I think from the camera angle there it looks blue, but from my angle right here it's a firm purple. So it's got that flip that I wanted. I couldn't choose between blue and purple, and this is the perfect in between. Best of both worlds, really. And at nighttime it'll almost look black, so you get lots of different shades of color, and I'm just so excited. I'm very excited to see the rest of the car painted this color, but that's still going to be quite a while off yet. The focus now will be getting the car back together, finish the wiring, finish the plumbing, get this thing running and driving. It's probably not that far off, really. Like, I just need to assemble it. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait to show you guys the rest of it. As always, thank you very much for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you have any questions about any of the stuff I've done here. And yeah, thanks again. I appreciate every one of you.